How you doing? Welcome to the 12 or 12 podcast, the podcast about real life recovery, growth, and development and redemption. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, tap the subscribe button and share for more. Also, we are sponsored by no other than First Step Recovery. If you need any help with substance abuse disorder or mental illness, please do not wait, do not hesitate to contact us today. Call that number that you see up top. The outreach specialist will be happy to help you. We have a guest today, Donnie, and we're going to be talking about something serious. Please wait. Do not scroll. Just listen to this message because it's an important thing out here that's happening. And a lot of people are losing their lives out here due to addiction, losing their lives out here. And Donnie recently lost someone, and we're going to talk about that today, the effects of it, how to deal with the trauma, how to deal with the outcome of losing someone that you love out here in society. And it's a hard thing to deal with. Donnie, how did you feel when you recently lost someone, right?
Yeah.
And who was it that you lost?
I lost my baby's mom, Brittany, to addiction this past Thursday.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, man. And I haven't dealt with, a death like this coming into recovery. It's hard, and I'm just trying to cope with it in the best way I can.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find things to do to keep my mind busy.
And how long have you been in recovery, Donnie?
I've been in recovery almost a year. Next month will be a whole year.
So since this happened, and this is a normal thing that happens, people do lose their lives. It's a sad thing that you go through in life, but it happens. And it could trigger some people during recovery for these type of things to happen, but especially when you have a loved one that was in recovery also, or still to addiction while you're recovering and trying to help them out, lead them in the right path, and then they ended up losing their life. What are some things that you're doing that continues to keep you on that path to remain sober?
I just go to meetings and speak on what I'm going through and about the situation and spread awareness about how serious this disease is. Since I've lost my baby's mom to this, it's very hard to deal with a situation like this.
So talking to people is a very important thing that you did that allowed you to be able to deal with and cope with the loss of that loved one.
Yeah.
So it's important to have you a strong support system, people. And if you don't have any family and friends out there, you got agencies out there. You got people who are sponsors out there. You have people out there who is willing to help you. Who are some of the people that you turned to during that time frame?
I've turned to First Step, the family that I've grown to love and brought me back to life. And Steve Aldridge and especially KG, and the rest of the staff. I mean, this is my family, and I turn to other family members that's close to me. And my baby's mom's sister, she's like my best friend. She's my family. And, and she's got a baby too, and she's got a lot of stuff on her shoulders right now, and I'm trying to be there for her in this tough time.
Since you've been going through recovery, you've been doing things like getting your finances right and things like that also, but it's kind of hard with dealing with a loss of a loved one, and then you lose your finances. How have you been dealing with your finance? Hey, how y'all doing?
What's going on, guys? What are y'all doing?
All right. Now we shooting a podcast real quick.
All right, we're coming to the joint.
Okay, no problem. We have everybody, if you do not know, this is Steven Aldridge. He is the owner of First Step Recovery. And this is KG, who you all know, John Gillian, the director of First Step Recovery.
Bring us up to speed. What have y'all been talking about?
Yeah, we just been talking about, Donnie, overdoses and losses inside of just addiction that happens, and people losing their lives during addiction. And Donnie recently, he lost someone very close to him, his baby mom. Lost him, and he was talking about how he turned to certain people that helped him out during the grieving process of not going back and using. And he just recently said that how much he, the First Step family helped him, and
He's alumni by now.
Yeah.
So keep going. Tell us some more. So
Yeah,
how,
go
how's
ahead.
your recovery been? How you been affected by this?
For my recovery being affected by this, I mean, I tried my best to cope with the issue. Now at hand, it's hard, but I'm working through it.
Yeah, because I've seen you stay sober through this whole process.
Yeah, it's tough, and I'm just trying to manage each day now.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't take things for granted like I used to. I've grown a lot in this program.
Yeah, that's a great thing. And one thing we were just touching on too was about him getting financially stable and how things helping him, and he's been kind of struggling with that. But that's what comes with recovery. You get right, then you try to get your finances right, and then bam, all of a sudden you have a loss of family. And you said your sister-in-law been helping out with certain things, but what's going on with I know it could be expensive with losing a loved one out there when you're in recovery. How are you dealing with that, with like expenses and things like that?
We got a GoFundMe page set up. Her name's Brittany Jennings. So far, we've raised over $700. I mean, and I just want to just get her a piece. It's all.
I understand it could be difficult. You know, hey, you hear that, people? The GoFundMe is posting up there. If you do have any heart that you're feeling towards the story that is given, because it happens. Tragedies happen. You know, people lose their lives, they lose their loved ones. You know, and a lot of times families do get caught off guard with the death of loved ones. You know, and being that he's out here reaching out, you know, and deciding to tell a story to be able to help people's lives, I'm hoping that it touches your hearts too, touches your lives. And if you want to GoFundMe, help with the GoFundMe, you know, and want to donate, man, Donnie definitely would greatly appreciate it. You know.
I appreciate it. I appreciate all the help that First Step is offering me and helping me through this tough time, and I'm truly grateful for it.
Yeah, I've lost a lot of people in my life too, man, and it's a hard struggle. And it's hard to stay sober through it too, you know, and it's just, you got to surround yourself with good people, good quality.
Yeah.
You know, and if you can find that here, that's great, you know. And I know that you've always considered this home. You always try to get a job here, you know. So you're alumni now, you know, of the program. So you know, so from First Step, man, we're gonna donate $1,000 to the GoFundMe. And if anybody else out there that wants to donate, it gets me emotional thinking about this stuff because death is so serious. And but yeah, we're gonna put $1,000 out there to help you through this process. If we can come up with more, we'll come up with more. But so far, that's where we're at. So we love you, Donnie. We always do. We've told you that from Jump Street, bro, and we just want to help you out, man. You know, and we hope you stay on track and you you stay pushing with it, bro, and we'll be here to help you.
Yeah.
Love you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ain't no problem, nobody. You know, that's a beautiful thing right there, man.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. You know, it's a beautiful thing we're able to come together and help each other, you know. And like, if you don't know 12 at 12 podcast, like we said it before plenty of times, we are sponsored by First Step Recovery. So this is the owner once again. This is KG, the director. Definitely, man, the heart for the people that you have to have being in this industry and running the center, you know. I mean, you dealt with so many people. You started it from the ground up. You dealt with trials and tribulations.
The reason I got into this business, okay, is to help people like Donnie, myself included. It keeps me sober every day of just being around everybody, being active in this community. I didn't have all these resources coming up. I didn't have a recovery program. I didn't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? And then I met people through processes of my life that showed me, you know, organizations like this. And I said, man, I want to dedicate my life to that one day. And I did. And I finally got sober. You know, I worked very hard to get sober. Started a house. Didn't even know what I was going to do with this house. I mean, it was crazy. I had this house. I had people in this house, and I'm thinking I'm doing something, and I'm helping people, and I built good relationships with people, you know. And then today I look back and I'm like, look where we're at. you know, how massive we are today. We're growing, you know, and it's just like, and all the people that follow in suit, and they love being at First Step. They love what we're putting out. And I mean, God has blessed us truly. And that's what we try to do. We try to give back to everybody that we can, you know, when we can, to help people. And I know it's not a lot, you know, but it's we do our part, you know, and that's all I can say. We do our part, and we try to. We're no better than anybody. We're sitting here, you know. We just dress a little better today. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, but we're all addicts at heart, bro.
I
And
see Donnie trying to work through it too.
Yeah.
He's doing a good job.
yeah, Donnie's working. You know, I mean, I see it. He aggravates me every day. But I love it because he stays committed to it. You know.
Yeah.
And it shows me that you want something out of this. You know, not just. You're just not trying to come here just for a place to sleep.
No.
You know, you're actually putting a foot forward. You've tried multiple avenues, just trying to fit in to First Step the best you can. And like I always tell you, there's a spot for you. We just got to find it. You know, you're dedicated. You're one of us. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, we just gonna keep building, bro. And if it don't happen today, it don't happen down the road. You know, but we love you, man, and we just want you to know that, you know, and that any support we can give you, we will, the best that we can. You know?
Thank you.
So
It means a lot to me, Steve.
I know it does.
Appreciate it.
I know. You show it to me all the time. I know. Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing right there, people. You know, you heard it from the owner's mouth. A lot of people might not know who the owner was, and a lot of people might have had questions, but this is the owner. And, you know, it takes a lot for an owner to put their face out there, to be able to tell a little bit about their stories and how they really, truly understand. And, you know, hey, we're real people out here, people. The 12 with 12 podcast is a real podcast with real people, real life, growth, development, and redemption. The key thing, we're all growing together. We're developing together as human beings, as a human species. You know, so if we just work together, make things a lot more understandable about what we're going through, what you might be going through. You're not alone, just like Donnie's not alone. You know, just like times I'm not alone or he's not alone. We come together as a family. And we want y'all to know y'all got a family out here in First Step also.
Yeah, because the reason for the 12 and 12 is to learn about what everybody's gone through and their addictions and how to help the next person coming through, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's our biggest thing. And, like, that's why we pick topics like we do, like with this today. I know it's touchy, but at the end of the day, there's somebody out there that's going through the same exact thing you're going through. I mean, my phone just rang the other day, and I know 5 people that's died, you know, from death and addiction, you know, and it's not something to be taken lightly.
No.
You know, we lose one person, that's too many, you know. So at the end of the day, we put these messages out there, and we do the podcast to try to make a difference, you know, for people to understand, hey, you know, this is reality, you know. And if you see Donnie going through this, and if you're going through this, reach out and get help. You know, there's people out here that will help you. Even it doesn't have to be First Step. It doesn't have to be. It can be anybody you choose. Just do it for the right reasons, right? Go to the places that help you.
Exactly.
You know, and just put knowledge to your brain about the stuff that they're putting out here on these streets, because it's not safe.
You were saying earlier about they don't even got, there's a name of a new drug out there.
Yeah. So Narcan won't even affect that.
Narcan
It won't even bring you back.
Yeah. And so, and I mean, then I've got 3 calls from that type of death, you know, and it's just, it's very sad, because at the end of the day, we have parents, we have mom, dads, we have children, we have all this. And, you know, in the heat of the moment, we don't think about those things, you know. And then in the last day that, you know, something happens is whenever those are the people that have to pick up our pieces, you know, and it's not good for them to go through our wreckage like that.
No.
So if we can figure out how to just get ourselves into treatment, get ourselves on a straight path, let's get out here, let's make a difference, let's come together, and let's put a movement together or something together, man, to stop this overdose, man, and just try to get as many people as we can into safety and get them into recovery.
It's a life-changing, you know, thing for people when they get in recovery. When they start to see that people care about them,
Yeah.
and it might be a scary thing at first, but man, once you start setting them stones and you start creating a path for yourself, everything falls into place.
Well, it's getting your dignity back.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Because in the madness, we've done so many things that our dignity is lost, right? And so then we think that everybody just looks at us like we're nothing because we've scooped that low, right? That's not the facts. Facts is we just need somebody to actually recognize that we're still here, you know? And I always say this, it is a movement. You know, recovering addicts and recovery, we are humans too. You know,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like all these other movements that are out there. You know, we are somebody.
Yeah.
You know, we are part of the smartest people on the planet. We just make dumb decisions, right? And so, and if I can do what I do today, anybody can do this. You just have to have your heart in the right place. You know,
Got to.
and that's all it is showing somebody you love them. That's it. You just loving on people, and that's why we always say that we're going to love you back to life. You know, that's what it's about. It's about loving somebody back to life because we have lost all of our dignity. You know, so at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about love, trust. You know,
And that's one more thing that I've learned in this program, you know, about gaining the sense of caring for people and the respect I have for people today that I didn't have, you know, years ago.
yeah.
There's a lot of things I've learned in this program that actually opened my eyes up to things now.
Yeah.
Same here. Same here. I never was like this. I was not a nice person
And
coming up.
that's why I say I really think this whole staff, and I thank the program for changing my life today
Yeah.
for what it is.
Yeah, and I have to do the same for y'all, because I have to thank y'all, because y'all who have shaped my life today. You know, I didn't do the program. Y'all have done the program, but I've seen the outcome of it. You know what I'm saying? Of what we've put out there for you guys, and you guys have shaped it, all of us as staff members. You know what I'm saying? It's because without you guys, we're nobody. You know what I'm saying? And even today, we're just normal people.
Yeah.
You know, all it is like I said, we dress nice. That's it. You
Yeah.
know, put on a blue shirt like I am, and you're just going to be just like me sitting there, right? It's no different.
Yeah.
What's different is the way we conduct ourselves today and the people we help.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
It's a heart change.
Yeah,
Definitely
the
what it
mindset,
is.
a heart change,
Yeah.
and it's just
And,
you've got to let yourself get into emotions.
Got to. Got to.
and my goal is to, since I've been sober almost a year, when I'm set and ready and I've got it to where I want to be able to have my own recovery center, and that's my plan, that's my goal, because I do care about people, and this addiction is way out of control. I want to create a program for people like her and other female addicts and other addicts out there that's dealing with the same issue.
It's a worldwide problem.
Yeah.
It's a worldwide problem. It's not just, it's not just if everybody, you got a whole entire world out there, not just here in Kentucky, not just in New York or Florida or California. You got them across seas too. You got them in Europe, you got them everywhere.
That's why I travel. When I travel, that's what I look at. Every time I leave the state or anything like that, that's where I always go. I always go to where like it's kind of the roughest parts of the city. I want to see how they interact, how they live, how it's being conducted. You know, to see if it's like whoa, you know. And I've seen some pretty rough places. You know, and there's a lot of people that just get rolled off. You know, and they're, you know, I see them laying on streets, and I see them everywhere, and I try to offer as much help as I can, man, but they don't want it. You know,
Yeah.
so.
It's sad. It
Yeah.
really is.
And I think a lot of it too is that they turn us away because they think we're like the last fallen people that have been in this business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's one thing the First Step tries to do is set ourselves apart from organizations and stuff like that are not on, you know, doing the right things. You know,
Yeah.
and so with us, that's why we have so many people that I've seen it all the time. We see it. They say, "I'm leaving. I'm out of here."
Yeah.
20 minutes later, they're calling us
Yeah.
and they want to come right back.
Exactly.
You know, and so I mean, we're trying to build a community, bro, that is based on love, respect, and getting your life back together. You know, and then treating everybody right. You know,
Exactly.
Yeah.
so I mean, I'm glad you're part of it. I'm glad you changed your life. You know, and I'm glad we can help out. I'm glad that, you know, whatever you need, bro, we can do the best for you. You know.
Amen.
So yeah, and I think a couple other people want to donate too.
Okay.
I don't want to put their names out here because I don't know for sure, but we'll revisit and see where you are at.
Okay.
You know, towards the end of the road here, so you know we'll figure it out to get it done right because we just want to, you know, let her rest. You know.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
Hey.
Like Steve said, we know this is like a touchy subject, and like you getting on here and sharing your experience
Yeah.
might be the strength of somebody else's
Yeah.
watching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And their hope, because they see you working through it and you're staying sober. You know,
Yeah.
it's hard, but you're staying sober.
Yeah.
Definitely.
or how you're doing it.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
that's a great thing.
You know,
Definitely.
I tell you the truth, I don't know how I'm doing it. I'm just going with it, you know.
Well, your mindset's different today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mindset's different today, and you're looking. That's what you're not looking to go backwards.
Right.
You're looking forward, and
Right.
so the day that we start looking backwards is when we start making mistakes.
Yeah.
Right.
And he said
so
another-
we have to continue to keep looking forward, and that's
Exactly.
what you're doing. So what you've done instead of going and going back to the drug, you have now reached out to people that is your supports, and you've said, hey, you know, these are the problems that I'm having with this, right? And so I want this to happen. How can we make this happen?
Exactly.
And that's when I told you, hey, let's do all these things to see if we can try to get people to donate and do things like this and see where we're at, instead of Donnie just going curling up in a ball somewhere, you know, and giving up on life.
Right.
Now you're paving the way for the next person suffering through this. You know,
Yeah.
they're going to know what steps to take, so they don't have to go curl up in a ball somewhere.
Exactly.
You
And,
know,
I
so-
think another good thing, like we said before, that you said you have good people surrounding you, and that support system is so important. That you know that you knew that first step is there for you. So you reached out to the staff, reached out to people, and that's why who you surround yourself is so important. Hey, and we thank you all for coming on to the show, checking us out. Is there any last words that y'all would like to say to the people? Done?
Just if you're trying to get into a program, just, you know, find your way, because this is a hard thing to go through, and addiction, it's nothing to play with, man. Get your life together, and if you're trying to find a place, first step could be your place, and it's the best place to be.
Thank you, Don. Appreciate it, man. We love you, man. We love you for sure.
Love you.
Hey, we thank y'all for tuning in, and hey, thank you, Donnie, for sharing your story. I know it's a heartfelt story. He wanted to come on and definitely tell his story about you, you know, and hopefully it touched y'all and it can help someone out there. Share it. Sharing is caring, and have a blessed day.